your horror movie podcast.
Would you like to
What's up, / That is just a...
You can't do your own Waterboy. That's not allowed.
Slack hack.
Slack
you can do it.
Slack.
You heard me practicing. I was practicing under my breath, and I already stuttered. I said slack hack.
What's up, / Welcome into the episode. We are doing one old school movie back from the early 90s. It is called Jacob's Ladder. We're doing the OG, not the remake, because the remake ain't the OG. You know me, coming at you with HOPs and double OCs, low keys and DOGs, Snoop Dogg with the low keys. I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to do something different, Justin. Don't sit there and look surprised.
The pimp's in the
I
wall,
wanted
man.
a fucking t-shirt to wear on this show, and I'm mad that I didn't grab it on my way upstairs. But I was in such a rush to keep your ADD from fucking jumping in, dude. It's
when the demon's trying to get at you.
Probably like it's hot.
I was listening to. I was trying to act like you were saying some HO double. I was trying to figure out the words you were saying. I'm sorry. Again, and oh my god, you're feeding the thing that has no eyes. And you're wearing your post office. What is even,
dude? I didn't freaking change. I'm wearing the same clothes I was working in.
Oh man, I dressed up nice for this. I got a bow tie right here. Check this shit out.
I swear to God, Justin, I ordered a t-shirt today.
All right,
downstairs. I forgot all about it. I'll send you a screenshot. You know what?
Right.
I'll take my pants off and then send you a picture of it.
All right, you do
pumpkins
that.
on my back, but don't call me a pumpkin back.
I got pumpkins on my back. I got Halloween on my cap. Let's go.
Wipe the shoes on the mat.
All right, what are we doing today? Waterboy picked this. We got Jacob's Ladder. Let's get into this shit.
What the fuck did you make me watch, Waterboy?
Yeah, also, what the fuck is wrong?
An amazing movie. It's like if Inception and Shutter Island had a baby. So
dropped it on its head.
Yeah, dropped it. Yeah.
I'm just
this huge mindfuck of a movie. All right, so we got Jacob's Ladder, directed by Adrian Lin. It's a psychological horror film which deals with trauma of a Vietnam War veteran, Jacob Singer, who's going through what seems as trauma and hallucinatory visions after the war. So what were your guys' first thoughts about seeing this movie?
I'll go first. So I actually knew nothing about this movie at all. So I was very confused. I heard it was kind of weird, but I think I even texted you after the first 5 minutes. I thought I was watching a war movie, so I was super confused. War movies not really my thing at first, so I was like, "Am I watching the wrong movie? Did he pick the right thing? Is this this is a horror podcast? No offense, but then I think you said buckle up, and then right away I buckled up, and wow, what a ride! So yeah, that's I knew nothing going in, so it was interesting. Sean, what do you got?
I actually heard from a lot of people that this was one hell of a movie and that it's highly underrated. People need to watch it. People need to pay attention to it. But I did the same thing you did, Justin. I started watching it, and the first 10 minutes into it, I was like, fuck, dude, Waterboy, why do you do this to us all the time?
Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
I didn't know what to expect, and I was oh, sweet. I was waiting for, some Leonard Skinner to fucking kick on or something. And
I had no clue what was happening.
Yeah, dude, and it just hits the ground running. And this movie just warped my brain trying to dissect this for this podcast to the fact that I told Waterboy I spoiled the ending for myself before I even got there because I chose to listen to other podcasts while I was walking my route.
Why would you do that?
Because I couldn't take notes for this.
It's difficult. It's very difficult.
It was very difficult. And I was like, all right, I'm only going to listen to someone up until the point that I've seen. And one of the podcasts I turned on, the first 30 seconds, this motherfucker goes, oh, yeah. And by the way, he beep.
Yeah, you can't talk about this. It's a tough movie to talk about without spoiling it right away. I watched this late at night and I tried going to sleep right after this and it hurt my brain. But
so I actually have two sets of notes. I actually have two sets of notes, Justin. I have a set that's just a straight run through me being absolutely confused, and then a second rewatch of just theories I had.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it before Justin's ADD fully kicks in because his eyebrows starting to go up.
So twitching
dude, I realized
the fuck
I gotta go to bed.
Dude, you see the ladder behind me? I realized what I was doing with my pen. I forgot I was being filmed, and I was trying to line up the pencil to go as straight as a ladder. And then I came to, and I'm like, oh my god! I was just oh, that was so embarrassing.
Did you see me doing this earlier, Justin?
Yeah. I I loved it so much.
For everyone listening, I just
looks...
grabbed my Diet Coke bottle and I'm trying to feed the picture behind me.
Yo,
the
he's
green
thirsty,
screen.
bro.
All right, yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. All right, so we open up right in the middle of the Vietnam War, October 6th, 1971. Some casual dick jokes from none other than Ving Rhames with the troops as our main character, Jacob Singer, heads back to the platoon after relieving himself. We hear a soldier yell, "Moving in the tree line," before soldiers start complaining about their heads hurting and appearing to go crazy and seizing up, thinking maybe it might be like a viral warfare. So a firefight with explosions starts happening all around, and Jacob wakes up on a subway train. He works at the post office. Hey, shout
Let's
out.
Go. Poor bastard.
He missed a stop from oversleeping and we see a first glimpse of something isn't right. That lady freaked me out a little bit, and then
right?
well, yeah. After almost being hit by a train, he sees what looks like souls of the dead traveling past on a train. He makes it back home, where we are introduced to his wife Jessie and some shower sex with some titties.
Bro, how are you gonna skip right over the homeless man passed out on the train with a tentacle coming out his ass?
I was gonna
let you guys. There's a lot of that in here. I was hoping one of you guys would stop me from that.
I actually the first time I watched this, I missed it.
The
and then I rewatched it.
The tentacle penis just slowly sliding back under his shirt.
So same thing, wild style. Like you got that first 5 minutes, which is all them fighting over in Vietnam, which is crazy. You're like, all right, it's like sounds like a war movie, and then boom, right on train. Same thing. You see like a creepy woman. It just feels unsettling. There. And then as he's getting off the train, like that homeless person's got like a tail. I mean, you said it was a penis. I just assumed it was a tail. I think it was a tail. But anyway, whatever it was.
I said tentacle.
Well, you
penis, but
you find out later in the movie that it could have been a little bit more than that.
Yeah, there was some weird shit going on. You're right. But
if
yeah,
you
right
want
away,
to talk about penises, Ving Rhames asked him to suck his dick politely.
That's nice. We don't need it. But anyway,
he asked for consent.
It was nice.
It was not. What was?
You guys, why?
You brought up the penis.
I called it a tail.
No, you said penis, and then you referred to it as
because he said
tentacle.
I thought he said penis.
No one said penis but you.
Oh my god, can we just cut this? YouTube doesn't like penis talk, and I don't either. I hate both of you so much.
What's going on in the TikTok?
Yo. Putting this one in the OnlyFans.
Only calves, here we come.
Let's do it. Shout out. So,
where were we?
Flashback to the war. Jacob wakes back up from a dream. He sees a picture of Macaulay Culkin, Gabe, who passed away before he went to war. Leaving work early because his back hurts. Relatable. Neck cracking into a flashback, and then back up. He looks back up at his chiropractor, Luis, and he says he looks like an angel. And wait a minute. Walking down the street.
Can we just talk about the fact that how me and Waterboy is city carriers, and you completely ignore the fact that this man went home with his arrow keys?
I did see that.
All right, continue.
They can't get it right.
Oh
yeah, I mean, I've brought my arrow keys home before. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
And then before this chiropractor, when we see the picture of Macaulay Culkin, I don't care how deep in the relationship I am. If you're gonna throw all my pictures away, especially in the early 90s when that's all you have for memories, into a fucking incinerator, bitch, I'm throwing you in there too.
I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't care how
all of them. She's like, that fucking bitch of an ex-wife of yours.
Yeah, that's gotta go. I was like, this girlfriend sucks. Yeah.
Literally.
All right, keep going.
Walking from the chiropractor, it looks like a car is swerving and trying to run him over. He jumps out of the way of the car, and then he sees images of weird figures or demons inside of the car. Little creepy shit. He goes to see the doctor, Dr. Carlson, which they haven't heard of him. There's no record of Jacob Singer at all. He runs back to where he thought his doctor's room would be, and he's told that Dr. Carlson had died from a car accident. talking with Jesse.
Explosion.
Yeah. Talking with Jesse, Jacob let her know of the demons that he keeps seeing. Switching over to a party, heading upstairs, getting his palms read. According to this line, you're already dead.
That was weird.
Yeah. Brother, she was laughing at him.
Yeah.
Laughing at him.
God damn.
Dude, this movie is unsettled. Like, do you guys feel this like I felt like I had no
very
clue
like
what
the
was
way
going
they
on.
film the cinematography on this is just like
sorry. We're all like,
no, go ahead. Yeah, but just the way we're talking about it. That's how this movie treats your mind.
Yeah, dude. Complete fuck over.
All right, go ahead, Justin.
Just leading up to the scene, like how Waterboy touched on, just like he's going to the doctors and like she's like, "What are you talking about? Like they're like that doctor's not even here. Like your file's gone." And then all of a sudden he goes to that room and the guy's just like, "Yeah, the doctor died. Like he car blew up or something." It's just so weird. And then just you cut to like the party scene and all of a sudden
the transitions.
It's just so weird and it's just like
back and
forth.
Forth.
She's like, "You're already dead," and it's just like. How it's shot, just like a weird feel. Like it's very, very unsettling. That's all I was saying.
You know what was really nice and reassuring? Is that people back in the 90s saying Mr. Postman when the postman walked by.
Oh my God, yeah, the whole scene of them all singing.
Postman,
where you going?
Right?
I don't know sing that. I literally have in my notes. Why has no one ever sing to me like that?
I've never, you know.
Dude, I will say
they're too busy looking for the tallest mailman.
When I worked at Frito-Lay, people did sing like that. I had to work in Dorchester, and I did a bunch of like small places in Dorchester really early in the morning. And there was a bunch of women when I drove by them. They were like singing, calling me Mr. Frito Man, like singing where the chips were, and they did sing for me. 100% true story. It does happen.
Wonder if Dave had that happen to him too.
No wonder, breath for you. Yeah, I also got written down. I was like, this disco sexcapade is fucking nuts,
dude. Right? I just put dance time, and do you see how Tim Robbins is dancing?
Dude, the dancing is
dude, the dancing is nuts. The storytelling is nuts. The fucking humping on the dance floor. But can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Who the fuck keeps a dead cow's head in their fridge when you're throwing a party like that? I get some people like cook meat off it, but like, oh yeah, hey, go grab me a fucking Miller, bro. It's right next to the cow head.
Dude, that was fake, right? Wasn't that an image like in his head or something?
No, that's like real. A legitimate thing. Like you can buy that from a butcher. A lot of people boil it and like make a broth and stuff out of it.
Dude, I just thought it was I thought it was hallucinating.
Another thing, like, have you ever had bone marrow, Justin?
I haven't. I know it's good for you and stuff.
It's actually incredibly healthy. I've never had it.
It's really good. It has tons of amino acids and shit, but I did not realize. I thought that was a hallucinogen in the
little
movie.
tip.
I thought that was like.
You can make an awesome compound butter. So you bake like you cut of course, get your bones cut in half.
This is a horror podcast, not a
good say, what just happened?
You know, you can make a perfect
these nuts.
Oh my God.
Compound this dick.
Compound.
Why? The TikTok.
It's the sexcapades.
No,
it is.
Doesn't like TikTok.
All right. Could you imagine how much fun me and Waterboy would have at that party, as opposed to Justin walking in and being like, nope, go home.
Nope, I'm out.
Yep, nope, this is not my place.
Dude, if I saw a cow headed,
Hailstorm's playing down the street, guys. Have fun. I'm gonna put my cow.
You guys have fun. I'm out of here. As soon as I saw a cow head, I would be gone.
The cowhead's probably the most normal thing you would have experienced there.
All right, where the hell are we?
I wonder how Justin would be dancing.
Oh God,
you just throw a mosh pit, just fighting tentacles and penises,
right? Just what the
just
tentacles and penises. My God,
it's the same thing, right?
All right, where the hell are we?
Pretty much, yeah.
Dance
all right, so dance time. Starts having weird visions and seeing some crazy shit. Demon monsters and tentacles and weird tentacle humping and rubbing, and panic attack ensues, and it starts another flashback. Once he comes back, he's in his apartment in bed, and he has a temperature of 106 degrees as Jesse starts running ice bath, and a tragic scene of everybody holding him down while bringing and pouring more ice.
Can we talk about that?
I saw that. That was pretty sick. He's so skinny and young.
Dude, it's his first movie appearance, like, ever. Like, when I looked at the thing, I saw Kyle Gass was in it. I had to go research who he was. I'm like, what are you talking about? Kyle Gass from Tenacious D is not in this movie. And there he was.
There
one
he
of the
was.
guys, like, one of the neighbors.
Small little scene. Pouring more ice down in there to get his temp down. He wakes up and he's with his wife, Sarah. Dreamed that he was with Jesse and the monsters and the demons. What the hell? His son walks in and he goes to tuck him into bed. He has 3 total sons. Morning comes and he wakes up in the bath with Jesse at his side. And then we get more flashbacks of helicopters overhead.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Like, why am I raising my hand? Dude, like, my notes literally were just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, all of a sudden he wakes up in his bed with his wife. So I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I'm like, I figured this shit out. This whole thing was just a dream. Like, he's really fine, like, with his wife and, like, he's with his kids. And I'm like, all right, I get this. This is, like, crazy. Like, this whole Jesse thing is not even real and whatever. Like, that's all fake. Everything's fine. He's with his wife. And then all of a sudden he wakes up in the damn tub again with shit. I'm like, my head was going to explode.
My first time watching this, that's the exact same thing I thought.
I brought this up to Waterboy. The only thing that clicked into my head, and this is why I started to make 2 sets of notes, was this scene right here, Justin.
Yeah.
Is he's in the ice bath with water, right?
Yeah.
He's freezing. And then it flashes back to his house with his wife.
Right.
And Gabe. He's still freezing. He's complaining about being cold. And then you get the non-flashback where it's raining and he's waiting to die.
Yeah.
When you're stabbed and you're bleeding out, you get incredibly cold. Like that's where everything started linking up to me, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And it started like fucking with my head, and I was like, all right, maybe I should do 2 sets of notes as to my first reaction and what I think might be going on.
Well, that's a good point too, because like I realized more after the scene, but my first, like, my notes here were just written for my first reaction, and I literally was just like, "What just happened? Oh my god!" Like, now he's with his wife, his kids, he's fine, everything's good, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh my god, no!" Now he's back. Like, it like hurt my head.
I love how I love Justin. I love how you have like, "Oh my god, this scene hurt my head." Do you want to know what my notes are for this entire scene?
You hit what?
This ice bath is the nicest thing she's done from this whole fucking movie,
right? Like, shit.
That's it. I didn't write anything else down.
God.
Just this is the nicest she's been to him the whole movie. She's
right?
not burning
100%.
photos, eating his food. Yeah.
Oh,
yelling at him because he's going crazy and telling him to do that shit on his own time. I can't deal with
this shit anymore. I've already been through crazy men in my life.
Crazy. All right. Sorry, Waterboy. Where are we?
So morning comes and he wakes up in the bath with Jesse at his side. More flashbacks with helicopters overhead. In a confused state, he wakes up in his bed again, asking if he is home. Jesse there comforting him. Looking through books, Jesse tells him he should go outside and then gets closer. Anybody in there? Anybody home?
This scene made me jump.
He pushes her down. It just pushes her right away. And it seems like every day is getting exponentially worse.
Mm-hmm.
The phone rings and it's Paul, who he was in the war with, and he needs to see him. Paul tells Jake that he's going to hell. They are coming after me. They've been following him, coming out of the walls, and he can't trust anybody. Jake tells him that he's been seeing them as well. Following Paul back to his car, Jake finds a quarter on the ground, and Paul turns the ignition, and it explodes into a flashback of Jake on the helicopter, bleeding out before switching back to Jake laying on the street, being pulled from the car, out of the way of the car. We see Jake. Yeah.
All right. Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
If my girlfriend or fiance, whatever the fuck Jesse is to Jacob, refuses to learn my 2 children's names that are still alive, and then refers to my other kid as the dead one.
The dead one. I was like, bro, what?
Go pound fucking sand. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then Paul, when he was talking, did you guys notice how fucking crazy his eyes were? I'm not trying to be insensitive, because I know people that struggle with mental health, like some of them have that like weird, like they can't focus and their eyes constantly twitch.
They go crazy.
But if that's not a real life effect with him, this is phenomenal acting.
Oh yeah.
And then the fact that he smiles right before they start the car, whew.
It's almost like he knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
he knew it was going to happen.
Even that was like so unsettling. Like it just felt. I didn't think that was like it took me off guard when it blew up. But
yeah, like dude, if the random stranger watching them from behind while they're in the pool hall,
and then randomly finding a quarter
save Jacob,
and not getting in the car,
and the quarter shoots like 1,000,000 miles an hour in the different direction as he goes to pick it up.
Yeah,
and he says, "Oh, it's my lucky day." You when you pick up change for good luck, it's on heads. That shit was on tails,
right? Like he got it wrong completely.
Fuck, man. There's so much shit in this fucking movie.
Like, I mean, this is at the point where I didn't notice it anymore. But Justin, I had said this to Waterboy at work today.
Yeah.
Did you notice every time you see a clock in this movie, it's 9 o'clock?
Oh shit! No, I didn't even notice that.
His wristwatch, the bedstand, like all that. It's 9 o'clock. So maybe that ties into a time that we find out at the end of the movie. Maybe that's
right. Yeah.
It's crazy. All right.
No shit. I didn't even notice that.
Go ahead, Waterboy. My bad. We're at the funeral. Go ahead.
Yep. We see Jake attending the funeral of his friend Paul. Their old crew from the war discussing if it was a bomb or electrical. George asks if he said anything, and Jake starts describing that after he talked to him, what he said or what he was seeing, and that he was being followed. George seems to start shaking, and he walks out. Everybody from that day in Nam from the chemical seemed to have messed with their head. They bring it up to the lawyer to find what the military did to them. Leaving the office, somebody is following them. The lawyer called and said there's no case, and the rest of the platoon had backed out. Calls Frank, and he just says, war is war. Somebody obviously talked to them. Apparently, the lawyer contacted the army, and the platoon were never even in Nam, and that they were discharged for psychological reasons. Hell. After leaving, Jacob is shoved into a car by the army, and that the army had another life back then, and that he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He jumps from the car and then gets robbed by Santa.
Damn, Santa, life comes at you fast.
Now, what the fuck? Dude, I'm 99.9999999% sure that Santa is also Jacob. Like it sounded just like him, and I'm almost pretty. I didn't look it up on IMDb or anything, but if anyone out there wants to drop a comment, if you've lasted this long with us on our fucking shenanigans, I'm pretty sure Santa Claus is played by, drawing a blank on his name, Jacob Singer.
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins.
Gosh.
All right, keep going.
All right. Transition to him in the hospital. Now looks like an abandoned psychiatric hospital rolling through. Passing over body parts are thrown all over the floor. And Jesse is one of the doctors, and they're saying, this is your home. You can't
just pass over the fact that there was a woman breastfeeding a child with a bunch of mental patients around her on top of a cage that he was getting wheeled under.
Dude, there's a lot of shit.
Over that back, Waterboy.
There's a lot.
Dude, I just wrote literally a lot.
Mention the fact that we see titties.
Oh well, I see what's happening.
Granted, they weren't ones that I wanted to see.
Yeah, no, there was a lot. I think I wrote I think I just wrote, wow, a lot of weird stuff happening.
Yeah, like the fucking random ass dead girl in the corner, and then the huge guy passed out with just his ass hanging out.
Dude, that was a mess.
Fucking body parts, everything. There was like a pile of hands.
Dude, shit was haunted. It was like some gory shit in there too. There was some weird shit going on in there.
Oh man, House on Haunted Hill vibes. So back to the current. We see him in the hospital being visited by his ex-wife and his sons. His chiropractor comes in there ready to beat the shit out of all the nurses, taking Jacob out of there.
What?
Get the fuck off of him.
I'm really mad right now. Come any closer. I'm going to wrap this around your fucking neck like a Twizzler.
I got to crack this guy's back right now.
He's got a slip disc. What are you doing in here? This is archaic.
Do you know who this guy is? He's a fucking city carrier. I need my fucking
relay driver. He's got a 1 ton to get back to.
He's being timed. Come on.
8 hours, bro. Come on.
He's being walked tomorrow.
Yeah.
He filled out his 99. It said he was going to be 15 minutes over. It's been 2 days.
Brother. Oh, God. All right.
All right. Hey, postman.
Oh,
hey. But But dude, yeah, he breaks him out of there at like a fucking 1,000 miles an hour. And
Ain't nobody.
everyone's like, what are you doing? And he's like, get out of my way. I'm in a very bad mood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Does
gosh.
that work? Can
They're all
we
just
do
like
that?
standing back,
Yeah.
like just watching.
Justin, try that at the next concert you go to. Just start at the back and just scream at everyone. Be like, get out of my way. I'm in a bad mood.
No, you just got to push somebody with the wheelchair. You'll be all set.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Please
All right.
continue, Water Boy.
Hey, you got the ladders behind you there, Justin.
Shit, what?
Are you
You really
modeling?
just
Are you
turning
like
around?
a QVC commercial? You just rotating trying to sell us on your shirt?
buy this new knife.
Yeah, I'm so bored. I'm going to do 360s in my chair.
Oh, God. Maybe you delete this part. I'm back. What's up?
All right.
Where
So
are we?
if you're frightened from dying and holding on, you will see devils tearing your life away. But if you have made your peace, then the devils are really angels freeing you from the earth. That's a pretty awesome quote.
There it is.
We see how a son passed, tragically hit by a car. Jacob is coming to terms with his past. He gets a call from somebody that was in Saigon and part of a chemical warfare experiment and told to meet him. Michael Newman, the man who pulled him from the exploding car, he was a chemist, and he's been watching him ever since he got back, and he was one of the survivors. The chemical which he was working on, top secret, psychedelic drug, the most potent to get them angry, a fast trip straight down the ladder to anger. They wanted to test it and choose to test it on their platoon and put in the food supply. There was a fight, but it wasn't with the Kong. It was with themselves, and they started killing each other. What you guys think about that part?
Brutal.
Finding that out.
Oh, God. Like, finding that. Holy shit. Like, what a bombshell. Like, you knew something weird was going on, and even, like, the chemical warfare, you kind of, like, figured that. But then to find out, like, the fact that they were fighting, like, themselves,
Yeah.
like, holy shit, dude.
It
Like,
gets
my head was
even
gonna explode.
worse. Yeah, dude, it gets even worse because he's like, you know, that wasn't the bad
It's-
part. He
right?
was like the people that had to come in and clean up the mess said it was just the most disgusting thing they've ever seen.
Body parts.
What did he say?
everywhere.
200? Didn't he say like 200 people died or something like wild like that?
It was the
Something
bloodiest
like
part
that,
of the
yeah.
war, and it was just
Yeah,
them.
he was like, you didn't just kill each other, you
Like
physically tore
like,
each other to
ripped
shreds.
each other like apart.
And I think that's why, like, when he's wheeling him through that hallway and there's just body parts
See,
everywhere, like a pile of hands and shit.
Yeah.
No,
like
a
that-
lot more.
ah.
Oh yeah, no,
a lot of the stuff's
a lot of
slowly
shit
starting to
starts
make more
making
sense.
Yeah,
Like everything's starting to connect now in my brain. Like you said,
Yeah.
we see how Gabriel died. Was he was on his
Yeah.
bike and he got hit by a car. And
Yeah.
then if you think back, like maybe 2-3 minutes before that, when they're wheeling him through the hallway, he looks over and he sees just a mangled bike and in like an abandoned room, and he screams
room
Gabriel.
randomly.
At first, when you see that, you're like, "What the fuck? That's
No,
not
nothing
that's a
make-
bike."
nothing makes
and then
sense.
it starts clicking.
Yeah, and that's like, holy shit, that was his son's bike.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So
Waterboy.
they wanted to test it and choose to test it on, or already did that part. He heads back home to his real home with his ex-wife and kids. Fading out, we hear the lines from his chiropractor that was said earlier as flashes of his life start playing with the sound of a beating heart. He sees Gabe on the stairs, and Gabe tells him that it's okay. Come on, let's go up. Find out that he had been in purgatory the entire time, going through what seems like Dante's Inferno. And he had actually died that day in Nam on the operating table after getting stabbed in the chest. We get wording that it was
This broke
reported
my heart.
that the hallucinogenic drug BZ was used in experiments on soldiers during the Vietnam War. Pentagon has since denied the story.
Of course they would. Why the fuck would they take responsibility for anything? Pricks.
And that,
The end.
what did you
Alright.
guys think of that
Justin,
crazy shit?
I'll let you go through because I'm gonna, after you tell us all about like your thoughts and all that shit, I'm just gonna burn through my second set of notes. It's only like 3 paragraphs.
Yeah. That was a lot to handle. Like, holy shit. Definitely, like I said, I watched this like late at night and try to go to sleep right after, and I was just like, what did I just watch? Like, holy shit! Like, wait, he was dead the whole entire time. Like, he actually died. I'm like, who the fuck was like Jesse? Like, none of that's like all the shit. Like, I was just like,
made up shit.
It just, I don't know. It was insane. Solid movie. Like, not normally the kind of movie I'd probably ever watch myself unless like Waterboy made me. But that being said, it is a good movie. Like, I'll just do my ranking now. I gave it a 7.4. I think it's a solid movie. I think I can see how some people could even rank it higher. It's just not usually my thing, but it is. I mean, the movie's great acting too. Like Tim Robbins, great job,
dude. He fucking crushed
dude.
this.
Oh, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Like, great acting movie. The director did a great job. Just the feel of the movie was really good. Like, it was. I thought maybe it was could have like cut maybe 10 minutes of it out. I would have liked it a little more, a little faster. But I mean, it's definitely a good movie and definitely haunting, crazy movie. Like, kind of like Sixth Sense feel. Like, at the end,
I was just gonna say when you were done, I was gonna be like,
dude, that's the kind of the kind of shit.
Yeah. Do you think what I don't get, dude, is how Sixth Sense is just massive and it blew so many people's minds for so long, and this kind of got swept under the rug, even though this was almost 6
years before. That's what I thought too. I saw
Bruce
that. I'm
Willis.
like, what the hell? Like, never mind. I'm not even a huge Sixth Sense fan. I didn't even like that movie. But that's not even the point. Like, this guy already did that shit first. Like, this was like, people should be like saying like,
this movie
Jacob's
needs
Ladder
more
twist instead of
this
the
movie
friggin'
needs
damn.
more. And they did try to remake it, of course, and that movie got ranked horribly.
Yeah, I feel like where the Sixth Sense has such like a poetic following, if you will. I feel like if they remade the Sixth Sense, it would fall in the same thing as Jacob's Ladder, the remake.
Yeah. All right, last thing I'll say is I have a few fun facts I'll say for after what Sean talks, but the only thing I have left to say is so can we talk about Jesse for a second? So, like, if he was dead the whole entire time, so do you think he just wanted to have like an affair with her or something? Because like that was like made up in his mind. Like, so they were co-workers. Yeah. He clearly must have liked her. So do you think he just like liked her and like dreamt this whole thing with her, or he wanted to have an affair with her?
I think he might have seen her somewhere or at some point, because like you said, they're co-workers. But he didn't start the post office until he came back from Nam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's he must know her from somewhere, whether it's like a high school sweetheart or something.
I was just wondering. I'm like, what the hell was up with Jet? Like, I was like, like maybe he just liked her, and it was just like he was like in a fantasy world.
Now, getting on the dream thing with the little mind fuck. Any person that you've ever seen in your dream that looks different to you or you don't recognize, you have seen them before.
Yeah.
Even in passing, like if you pass somebody on the street, anybody that you've seen in your dreams, you have actually physically seen. You never make up anybody up. So he's had to,
I heard that somewhere. I heard that on a true crime podcast. They were talking about the dream world.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
they said. I was just gonna say they also said if you see someone or something without a face, that's because your brain can't make one up.
Huh. The mind is insane.
All right, I'm gonna burn through my notes really
burn
through
fast. Yours and then do that.
So I'm just gonna read it start to finish what I have down. Jacob's Ladder is in reference to the dream ladder to heaven from the patriarch Saint Jacob. Is the closed off subway like purgatory, and the tunnel the beginning of his journey to the afterlife? The train car that almost hit him, could that be like a train of souls, like transporting people to the afterlife? The shower scene lines up way too perfect with his flashbacks, laying in a field dying from the rain. She can't remember his kids' names because they're biblical names, and in purgatory it's neither heaven nor hell. It's just the time in between. So maybe that's why she can't remember their names or refuses to say them. Also, her name is Jezebel. And in the short version of the Bible, her name is used to describe a wicked woman who's crafty, malicious, revengeful, and cruel. If I remember correctly, purgatory gives you mirror images of your entire life. This could be why he struggles to remember his left from his right. Louis is also referred to as a cherub angel. The most common angel used in pop culture is cherub angels from the sculptures created in Louis XV's period, hence Louis the Cherub Angel. when he gets his ice bath to keep him alive, like I said, we also have the flashback to Vietnam where only he and Gabriel are the cold ones. Maybe that's because they're both dead. After the ice bath and the flashback, he's reading a lot of demonology, but like I said, we see a lot of clocks stopped at the 9 o'clock hour. Could this be his time of death in Vietnam was 9 p.m. in America as opposed to whatever time it was there? When Jacob calls Frank to ask him why they backed out of the lawsuit, Frank's phone, I don't know if you guys know this, he has a rotary phone. That rotary thing is backwards. Another thing from Purgatory where everything's a mirror image. You know what I mean? Instead of going 1 through 9 and A through Z, it's the opposite way. And that's all I have. Because the ending, I just stopped. I got so wrapped up from there on after in what was going on that I just stopped taking notes and enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, the thing I like what you brought up about Jezzy and Jezebel and stuff, whatever the name was and stuff. And
Jezebel.
Yeah, did you hear about any of they cut out a scene? Do you hear about any of the deleted scenes? How the movie was 20 minutes even longer, but when they tested it to audience, it actually it was like too much for the audience, and it actually said it was way too confusing. And
Really?
one of the scenes that they cut out was towards the end. Jezzy reveals who she really, like, her true self. Like, she is like bad, like a demon, like literally like what you call you nailed that.
Yeah.
Like almost seeing like what happens at that dance party, how like shit seems like freaky demonic shit.
Yeah. So that literally,
they're offering you sins. They're offering you lust. Like,
so you nailed so you actually nailed it with her. They actually cut that scene out, and they actually had another wicked gory scene, probably the goriest one in the whole movie, but they had to cut that out. Waterboy would have loved it. It was like wicked Hellraiser. They give him an antidote. That guy gives him an antidote to the thing, and they show him on the bed, and he takes the antidote, and like body parts and gory monsters start coming out of the closet, coming out of the closet, coming out of the ceiling and stuff. So it was they actually cut 20 minutes out of some insane scenes because it was actually too long and crazy. Like, audiences, I guess, got too confused and shit.
That's fucking wild.
But yeah, no, I do like your notes.
Zack Snyder's version.
Yeah, I watched one of it. I watched like 2 of the scenes, and there was some wild shit.
So my rating for this, before we jump over to Waterboy, I'm going with an 8. When I first watched it and I was starting to watch it, I was like, this is going to be a tough watch. And I feel like this, and a lot like It Follows, if you stay open-minded and you're willing to rewatch a movie after your initial watch from a different perspective, this movie is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad Waterboy picked this, because I never would have watched it on my own.
Well, that's the thing. Before I kick it to Waterboy, he can tell his rating, and the same thing. Like, I gave it a 7.4. I could even get how someone would like 8.5. I mean, for me, at first, originally, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be so tough. Like, I was like, I would never have watched this by myself. It's just not something I'd ever want to watch. But it was. I don't see how anyone could say it's a bad movie, even if like I probably wouldn't. It's not like super my thing, but it is a good movie. So, Waterboy, what's your ranking of it?
I'm gonna give it the same as Sean. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Like, when I first saw this movie, it was probably about 2010. It was late in the game. I mean,
oh wow, yeah.
And when I saw this, it just completely mind fucked me. But I did end up watching it again after that, and finding different things going on. And it just because it was so confusing. It's one of those that you have to probably watch twice, or at least dig in to find some information. But it's worth it. I mean, they did an awesome job on this, and I just wish they didn't make a second one, because I'm gonna have to probably end up watching that, because I like watching.
I am too, because I'm gonna want to watch it and see why everyone hates it so much.
Yeah, because
I was gonna say, I heard it was really bad. I remember when it came out, they said it was terrible, but like I said, obviously I know nothing. I have not seen it.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch it, just because I have to see what they did. Of course, the Predator didn't do it justice, but I have to.
Yeah. I only got like 3 fun. We covered a lot of the fun facts, like obviously like the biblical theme of Jacob's ladder, the ladder to heaven, and first appears in Genesis.
I do have one.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
And
what do you got?
It goes into gaming a little bit. If you've ever.
Oh, that's what I was just going to read next.
This movie greatly inspired the horror franchise of Silent Hill.
Is it Silent Hill?
Silent
Fuck,
Hill.
I knew that, dude.
Silent Hill.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't look at no fun
And
facts,
that
no nothing.
game
Yeah.
The second you said game, and I
freaked
was
me
like,
out.
Silent Hill
Right?
all day. Silent
I'm
Hill.
not even a gamer or video game, and that is like I saw the movie, but like that
Yeah.
is creepy. Like I even didn't know the images, and you can say it like
Oh, yeah.
100% see that. That was what I'm glad that's funny.
Like
You
the
took that, okay.
monsters and the image and the things like the behind Sean, for example.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
All right, completely off subject. They're making another Silent Hill movie, and it's supposed to be completely different from the first one they put out. I
Please.
hope they do it justice and follow
Please.
the video game. As well as another
There you
Resident Evil. Like, please just stay true to the games, bro. There is fucking decades.
Simple.
Decades.
And especially
guys.
especially with how they made the new Resident Evil games and like the Resident Evil Village and all this other new stuff, and then
There's
remaking
so
them.
much source material. Just stick with it. There's
Oh
a
my
reason
gosh.
why these are billion-dollar franchises.
Yeah.
Just fucking follow Q. Don't give us a story where you veer off and Michael Myers has fucking butt to nut motorcycle rides with a kid named Corey. Sorry, Justin.
Yo, we gonna stab this bitch tonight or what?
All right, let's just cut back. I got one fun fact, and then my Halloween tie-in.
All right.
The other fun fact was if anyone's ever seen if anyone likes Avenged Sevenfold, if anyone has seen the Nightmare video, if you guys remember that of the guy being strapped
when
down
he's
in the
wheeling,
hospital and weird stuff, that is actually so the drummer was a giant Jacob's Ladder fan, and he died before this song was made, but they wanted to like obviously keep his spirit alive, and because he liked that, they paid homage to that movie in the Nightmare video. So go watch Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare after this podcast, and you'll see that it's similar to that whole weird scene we talked about. And holy shit, my Halloween tie-in, damn, you make me friggin' work for this one. This one is so ridiculous. Luckily, I'm very, very good at what I do. And Mary,
What exactly is that, Justin?
Mary Gierzak, the costume supervisor for this movie, was the costume and set costumer for Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. Direct tie-in, Halloween Resurrection. I almost didn't do it. I spent days looking for that, and I found it. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Boom. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Costume set supervisor.
Woo. Yeah. Woo. All right, Justin, you wonder how like weird everything's lining up with this?
What?
Do you know what I was listening to all day on my route?
What do you listen to?
The new album.
The Nightmare album.
Oh, Avenged Sevenfold?
Oh shit.
Yeah, shit, you not, because I listened to their new one, and I was like, it put me in an Avenged Sevenfold mood. So I went starting from like sounding the seventh trumpet and all that stuff.
Yeah, holy shit! Wait.
And all day today, I was listening to the Nightmare album.
Dude, go watch the. Watch that video when you're done. Yeah, do you remember the video with like they're all getting like, strapped into the chair?
Yeah, I fucking love that.
Yeah,
video.
go watch it after this. Yeah, good video.
All right, boys.
So, what movie are we doing next week?
What movie
we're
doing next week?
What movie are we doing next week? Okay.
What are we doing? We're gonna do a movie from like way back in the day that I kind of like.
We're gonna switch it up, guys. We're gonna go from being serious to the video game realm. Have you guys seen Brain Scan?
I have not.
What? You guys are gonna love this, bro. We got John Connor fighting and murdering people via virtual reality.
Virtual reality? Was this like late 80s or early 90s? I'm having
it was like right smack dab in the middle. It was right in that sweet spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Brain Scan.
And there's like a weird creepy dude in it. Whatever, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to it.
Let's go. Brain Scan.
Let's go. Brain Scan next week.
If you guys stuck around this long and you listen to our mumbling, jumbling, and fumbling of words, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Anchor. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Pod. You can find us on YouTube, or basically anywhere you do any kind of social media stuff. You could probably find us on MySpace. Chances are we're on that shit, all right? Because we on Instagram,
Yo, don't
we
believe
on
us?
TikTok.
Talk to fucking Tom. He knows.
Yeah, dude. Tom's our friend.
He's my
guy.
friend.
There is
First
4
friend.
people that are on our friends page, right? It's me, Justin, Waterboy, and Tom.
What a guy, dude.
What a
Class
guy! What a
act.
guy! What a guy!
Peace.
All right, later.
All right, guys. Later.
I'm Hacky. That's Stabby. That's
That's
Slashy.
that's yeah. Somebody.
Just Justin.
Oh,
Nope.
there he is.
No, no.